But let's talk a little bit about that failback or fallback process, where we're actually going to go back to our original AP. Now, this is a setting that's enabled by default, but we can disable it. It's an actual setting. So let's go out here and take a look in my environment. You can see here that we're still where we left off. We're at that global AP. But let's go to this wireless LAN. Let's take a look. Let's look at wireless LAN 1. Security, radio policy, not here, right? We don't have any type of HA settings available to us. Let's go back to the wireless. Let's look at our general configuration for wireless. LED status, AP primary, AP primed. Backup primary. Ooh, that's important for our last slide. That's a backup primary controller. Backup primary controller name. Backup secondary controller, backup secondary name. So this is where we would configure those. Let's go to the actual AP. Were we dealing with a global config here, or were we dealing with the AP? Did we want the AP to fail back? Let's take a look at our APs. Let's find this configuration. Let's look under high availability. AP failover priority. This is what we were talking about just a second ago. This is that screen where we talked about AP failover priority, low, medium, high, 1, 2, 3, 4. Primary controller, secondary controller, tertiary controller. Let's look under general. All right, so it's not under APs either. So where is this setting? Well, let's take a look under controllers. Now it makes sense, right? If we want it to fail back, we have to let that AP know that we are in fact on board. So this setting has to be set at the controller level. Let's think about what we looked at. We looked at the wireless. We looked at the general wireless LAN setting. We looked at general settings for wireless for all APs. Wasn't there. It's under the controller. You can see it right here. AP failback, it's enabled by default. We can disable that if that's what we need to do. If that's what's best in our environment, we can set that for disabled. I'm going to leave it enabled. I like the option to have it fail back.